Hey everybody. It's a bit late today, getting overconfident with all this tech. I left it to the last minute and then I made a mistake and I had to start again. So apologize for that. Um, yeah, slap hand, Leslie. Get on it. Anyway, lovely to see you today. Drop me a hashtag live if you're here with me, or a hashtag replay if you're watching later, and where you're watching from. It's always lovely to see how far this little community reaches. And our topic today is if you ever have a moment of self-doubt. Just check my phone to make sure that everything is there. Oh, Madry, hi. Lovely to see you. Great. Right, where were we? Yeah, drop me a hashtag live. Okay. I got to take my jacket off. I'm having had a cup of tea. I'm getting a bit of a hot flush here. So, probably because I couldn't get my Zoom to link up. Got me hot under the collar. So, if you've ever had one of those days where you just think, what am I even doing? Who am I? I mean, who am I to be doing this? Or is any of this actually going to work? Trust me when I say you do not have exclusive rights on thinking it's it's all your fault. I've had a bit of a week like that this week, and I've had to kind of shelve it and get on with it and put it out of my mind. And I'll tell you what I've done to do that. But one of the reasons you haven't got exclusive rights on this is because you're human and our brains go into overdrive when things are not as comfortable as we would like them to be. And I think I can honestly say every single person I know who's built something online has felt exactly the same at some point on their journey. Is it in their journey? On their journey. The only difference is they didn't let that doubt stop them. Hi, Cheryl. Hey, lovely to see you. Um, so drop a, what should we drop? Drop a me in the comments if that's you. I want to know I'm not the only one that have had these doubts. So what is self-doubt really? The problem is self-doubt can sneak up on you. It doesn't come up shouting from behind. It just whispers things like, maybe you should wait till you're better at this. Maybe you shouldn't post that. Or maybe no one will care. I think I've actually thought all those things at some point. And before you know it, you've talked yourself out of maybe not showing up, posting what you were going to post, doing the video that you were going to do. You know, over the last 2.5 years, there have been quite a few occasions. And the problem is that few occasions for me, that is, and the problem is it's exhausting because it causes anxiety, even for some people, despair. And the thing is, deep down, you want to grow, but your head keeps getting in the way. Does this sound familiar? So why does it show up, this self-doubt? Because self-doubt isn't a sign that you're not doing a good job. It's actually proof that you're stepping outside your comfort zone. You never, well, certainly I have never doubted myself when I'm doing something that I've done 100 times before. It's a bit like me hooking up my Zoom to my live training and getting a little bit cocky about it and then mess it up. There's no self-doubt. I'm sure that I can do it. And then it goes wrong. But that little voice pops up. And instead of letting it hold you back, you have to remind yourself that this means I'm actually growing. You know, I can remember back in March of 2023, which really isn't that long ago, but I remember that date because that was the month that I joined OLSP. Early days for OLSP and quite a while back for me. And Wayne Crowe asked me when I had my interview with him how my mindset was. And I thought that was a strange question. And at the beginning, my mindset was great. I was enthusiastic, I was motivated, I was inspired. Nothing was too much trouble. But after 18 months of doing reels, hoping to go viral, to make one, and I mean $1 sale, my mindset had gone through the floor and it wasn't in such a good place because I was drowning in doubts. I mean, I just couldn't figure out why I could not get it right on Instagram or TikTok. So the thing is, how do you handle it day to day? Well, for Instagram and TikTok, I walked away from it and came back to Facebook because Facebook is such a fantastic platform when you're starting out. But on a day-to-day basis, this little doubt that creeps in, how to handle it. And this is what I do, even this week, when I had all my self-doubts this week. I literally said to myself, I didn't pretend it's not there. I acknowledged it and I literally said to myself, it's you again. It sounds silly, but it takes the power out of it. I'll show you what I'm made of, and I get on with the task. And it doesn't matter what the task is, I just got to do something small. Whether it's to write my post or record the short video. Because the thing about this whole mindset thing, confidence doesn't come first, and we tend to think of it in that order. But it comes after you've done, it comes after you've done something, after you've accomplished something. The other thing that is a really big one, and we're all guilty of this at some point, we have to stop comparing ourselves to everyone else. Because the big thing is here, you don't see their times of struggle. You only see the polished bits, the highlights, the bit there's one to share. And 9 times out of 10, you don't even know if that is true. And you certainly are probably not comparing apples with apples. So that is key. Now, I can remember when I was trying to do these viral reels, there was a lady on Instagram who said she just started, who was doing absolutely incredible, had thousands of followers, had hundreds of likes and comments on her posts, and was making money. And I looked at what she was doing and I looked at what I was doing, and I thought, what on earth am I doing wrong that I can't get that same kind of traction? Can't even make one sale. Well, it turned out, I found out about a year later that this lady hadn't just come online, she'd been online for 2 years. But most importantly, she'd spent $30,000 on mentorship, one-to-one coaching. I mean, that was no way was I comparing someone who was in the same position as me. So you have to bear that in mind when you're doing this comparing. Thing you have to do is stick in your lane, keep looking forward and don't look to the other side. And remember, the grass is green where you're standing. And the other thing is to stay close to people who get it. Because when you surround yourself with people who are growing too, it's easier to keep going. You can borrow belief until you build your own. In the communities that I've been part of, I have to say, I haven't come across one single person that hasn't wanted to see me succeed. I haven't seen people, or I haven't come across anyone that has wished bad on me. In fact, I have people who pitch up for my workshops, pay the $15 or the $19 to support me. And that's the kind of people that you want around you. The thing why this matters so much, especially for affiliate marketing, is self-doubt is often what slows people down. It's not the strategy, it's not the tech. It's because we hesitate, that we wait to feel ready. And the reality is people don't connect with that perfect, polished person that they see. They actually connect with you as an authentic, ordinary person facing your struggles. Warts and all, not just the highlights. So if you can show up when you don't have it all figured out, you actually become someone people can relate to, trust, and ultimately will buy from. So next time that voice of doubt creeps in, just remember, it doesn't mean you're failing. It actually means you're doing something that matters. Keep showing up, especially on the days that you don't feel like it, because they are the ones that count, because they're the ones that build that confidence that you need. And that's the confidence that will bring you back again and again. So let me know in the comments if this really resonated with you today. And tell me one small action you'll take, even if you feel doubt is creeping in. I'd be interested to know. Let me see what I've got in the comments here. It's getting a bit dark these days. I can't believe it. What time is it? Quarter to 5, and it's getting dusk. Okay. Hi, Madry. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Penny. And hi, Lisa. Hey, lovely to see you all today. That is really great. Any questions, anybody? Any comments? Drop me a heart or a hashtag value if this resonated today. You know exactly what I mean, Cheryl. Yeah. I don't know anybody that hasn't suffered from doubt at some point. Doesn't matter what their job is, doesn't matter whether they're a CEO or if they're the office janitor. Everybody doubts something at some point in their job. We just have to learn how to deal with it the right way. Hashtag value. Cheryl, thank you. I will see you around, I'm sure. Okay, guys, that's it. I am gonna, what is it we say on these things? I'm not sure the expression anymore. Oh, I don't know. We're gonna call it a day. I'm gonna wish you a lovely weekend coming up. I'm very excited. Tomorrow I'm driving to Suffolk, which is about a 3-hour drive from where I am, where I'm moving to my new house, and I'm going to meet with the developers and see how far they've come, because I have a completion date on the sale of this place on December 3rd. So I've had a very anxious and stressful few weeks, to say the least. But now the exciting part is coming. The kitchen's in, they're starting the decoration, and then the flooring will go in and take it from there. So exciting times. Okay, guys. Cheryl, I will contact some of my viewers on TikTok. Great idea. I have total respect, Cheryl. You've been on TikTok. I think it's a horrible platform personally. I've never been able to um, relate to it. When I was on TikTok, I had more people coming into my messaging trying to sell me or scam me. I became very, very suspicious of anyone that sent me a message. Thanks, Cheryl. You enjoy. Okay, guys, that's it. Let's wind this up, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.